Hey, what's up guys, I'm Aryanna and welcome to Ask Pepper! Yay! So, this edition of Ask Pepper is my college Q&A made especially for those incoming freshmen this school year. So a lot of you guys have had questions about college and I get it. It can be kind of intimidating, especially if you don't know what college is like. If you need some answers on what it's like, here they are. Aryanna, how do I make friends in school? You know what guys, as intimidating as it might seem, you're going into a new environment and you're like, oh my god, everyone here I don't know. But the thing is, don't worry about it. Everyone who is an incoming freshman is new and practically nobody knows anybody. So don't worry, you're not alone in this. You will definitely find friends when you get there. They will just come to you, you'll just naturally merge with other people. All you have to do really is just make an effort and say hi to someone. As scary as it might be, especially if you're a shy person, it's totally worth it, I mean, high school friends are for life, but I'd say college friends are for life too. In your mind, it might be quite a challenge, but it's not as hard as you think it is just to say hi to someone and maybe ask them a few questions because you might have a lot of things in common, especially if you guys have the same course, I mean, you're both taking the same course, so you definitely have the same interests. How was freshman orientation? I was very nervous at first because I think every freshman orientation is different, but that's really when you get to know your blockmates or who your classmates might be and find out a little bit more about your course. I remember going in and being like, I really don't know anyone here, where do I sign up, where do I go? As much as you may have all these little questions in your mind, they make it as easy as possible for you to figure out your way around because there's always someone helping you. There are upperclassmen there to help you out, like, oh, where do I sign up? Don't be afraid to ask questions because everyone there is new and everyone is just super friendly and kind and will definitely help you out. Don't be intimidated, because when they gave me a tour of the school, I was like, I'm gonna forget all of this when I get back. How am I gonna find my way around? But you know what? Sometimes it's a little bit easier than what you might think it is. You'll walk in on the first day and be like, hey, I know my way around. Look, I'm so cool. Don't worry about looking lost or anything because everyone is just kind of minding their own business, especially the upperclassmen. You may think they're all looking at you and staring, but they got their own business to mind. Eventually, you'll figure your way out around this campus and you'll be like, hey, I know where I'm going, yeah. Another question is, what about food? Can I bring packed lunch to school or is that totally not cool, do I have to buy food at school every day? In high school, people would bring lunch boxes in their water jugs. No big deal because everyone did. But in college, no one seems to bring that around. The thing is, it's not that we don't have it, it's that it's hidden. We're not there carrying a bunch of lunch and water and stuff, maybe for the most part because people do buy food, but for me, I put all my lunch and my water inside of my backpack, just so nobody sees it, As much as you don't see it, we're just hiding it. I'd say if you have about 2 breaks a day, buying food every single day could probably cost anywhere from 100 to 300 pesos depending on how much you eat and what you eat, So after a while, that can get pretty expensive and pricey. Ever since I stopped getting allowance because I started working, I totally noticed the change in how much I saved up when I started bringing packed lunches to school. Don't think it's not cool, okay? Because like what I said, everyone really just minds their own business. And if people are giving you hell for bringing packed lunch, girl, you gotta stand up for yourself. Your packed lunch could be even better than what they have at school. And for the most part, when I bring packed lunch to school, no one really said anything, I mean, you're saving so much money by bringing lunch and, on occasion, I'd probably save up some money to buy some snacks or, if food is really good there, there's a steak place near my school, I'd have lunch there on special occasions. It doesn't hurt, you save up money and then you go back, have some milk tea, no biggie. I want to have some ice cream, no problem. As soon as I started taking packed lunches to school, it just made a huge difference and there's really nothing wrong with bringing any, Water is your thing, just bring a small one and just refill it at school. No big deal guys, don't worry about it. You guys wanted tips on becoming a Dean's Lister or staying one. I have to say you must put in the effort to be one. I think the requirements for each school differ, so I can't give you one thing. But if my all-around tip would be is just to be consistent, be on top of it, make sure you just do your best. This is a time where you can't really be half-assed about anything. You really have to put your effort and time. It's not like high school where you can YOLO your way through some subjects. I guess it would depend in college because it really depends on the professor as well in terms of the requirements. But if you want to be on top of it, you gotta study. You have to do your readings, read it before, really listen to what the teacher's saying, take notes. I think with anything in trying to become a dean's sister or getting high grades, you have to put in the effort and really study because in the end, you will be so happy and you get perks from being on the dean's list. Someone else asked if there are tons of paperwork. I'd say it also depends. It depends on what your course is, you know? Let's say you have like a math type of a course, then I guess it wouldn't be so much on writing, it would be more on like mathematical things. If you're more on like an English kind of course or something that requires you to write, then there might be more paperwork. I'd say for some of my general subjects, I'd have to write 1 to 2 papers a week, and that wasn't so bad. You know, you have a final paper at the end, and toward the end of the term, they call it Hell Week, and that's because all these professors are giving out all their work. But as soon as they give it, you should just do it right away because you have no idea how much time that can save you, and you know, balancing everything will be so much easier. Procrastination is the worst, and this is something you really have to overcome in college because if you don't, everything will pile up, all your work will be mediocre, professors can tell, and this is just something you need to avoid if you want to have better grades and if you want to be on the dean's list. I'd say that a way to conquer this this problem would be to have a planner. Having a planner will definitely, you know, help you organize what you have to do, when you have to do it, and when it has to be done. After that's finished, you can just check out what has to be done and what has already been done, so it will be easier for you to like boom, boom, done, 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 done. Someone asked me for tips on accounting. It's not my course, so I can't really give you like a straight answer, but I did take it as one of my required subjects. And I'd have to say is, I don't think it's easy. For those people who are good at it, you are gifted with the blessing of understanding accounting, but for the most part, study, 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 practice. Practice, 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 study, study, then. It's terms and knowing how to journalize. Journalizing is like you're given a situation and what accounting title needs to be made, what you credit and what you debit, which is like what you get and what you give. You know, it revolves around one simple rule, which is assets equals liabilities plus owner's equity. And you know, what are these terms? You know, you go in there and you don't know anything, and then they teach you like all in one go, and you're like information overload. So what you need to do is take notes, get the PowerPoints, read all about it, really understand what each term means, and you'll survive. I'm not saying you're gonna get a high grade unless you are super great at it. I'd say I just passed, and I'm happy with that. Anyone is just happy to pass. I mean, you do not want to take that again because it requires a lot of paperwork, lots of exercises. But in the end, if you have great friends, good classmates who will help you out, you guys will survive. Trust me, you can do it, okay? It might be intimidating at first, but you really have to push yourself. This is not high school. You gotta move your butt. And the last question I got, is college scary? Guys, oh my gosh, don't worry about it. College is so fun, you know. Before going to college, I had a lot of different doubts and I was really scared and insecure because I didn't know what it was gonna be like. You're basically venturing into the unknown and it can be very scary. But once you get in there, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. I mean, college is a time to start fresh and to start anew. Anything you had in high school, you can leave it in the past or take it with you and just make sure to be yourself, be authentic, you know, be the best version you can be. Take this time to explore and really try to figure out who you are because I believe that it's in trying a lot of things and, you know, exposing yourself to different experiences in which you can really figure out who you are and what you like doing. Don't be afraid to join an org, go to a college party for the first time, you know, make new friends, you know, focus on school, think about your future, just have fun because, you know, there's so much time for you and so little at the same time, so you really have to make the most out of it. And don't let your fear get in the way of trying to be awesome and doing something cool for yourself this school year. In the end, it's really up to you what you want to do and how you're going to do it. And I guess in the end, you just really have to think about What am I gonna do in college? How is this gonna help me? How can I make the most out of it? And really, you know what? Just have fun. Even if you may be scared, don't worry because everyone there is super friendly and is super willing to help you out. Don't be afraid to ask questions. If ever you see me, you can ask me anything you want about college, or if you want, you can go to ask.fm/pepperdraws and I'll definitely answer your college queries if you have any more of them. Also, you can leave a comment down below if you have any suggestions or any more questions that you'd like me to answer. And if you enjoyed the video and if it helped out, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you want more of this peppery awesomeness, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!